Good literature acts like a lantern guiding us through life's darkest corners, casting light on eternal questions about the meaning of existence, the complexity of emotions, and drivers of human behavior. If expanding one's intellect interests you, I recommend the following reads. Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories offer an unrivaled study of deduction through Holmes's astute observations and analysis, much like my own preferred methods of careful examination and logical reasoning. The adventures of the iconic detective and Dr. Watson as they solve seemingly impossible mysteries provide fascinating insight into the workings of an extraordinarily brilliant mind. Conan Doyle's masterful storytelling skills place readers right alongside Holmes and Watson, allowing an intimate view of the step-by-step process of investigation, clue gathering, theory development, and ultimate resolution. The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka explores themes of alienation and the absurd through a man's sudden and inexplicable transformation into a giant insect. This bizarre premise reflects the anxiety and existential crises we all face in an often confusing, irrational world. Kafka's genius lies in using the supernatural to highlight struggles with identity, relationships, and finding meaning. The Metamorphosis emphasizes isolation, loss of humanity, and helplessness in a way that resonates universally. Though fantastical, it illuminates real aspects of the human condition and allows examination of life's profoundest questions. Fahrenheit 451 by Bradbury envisions a terrifying dystopian future world in which books are banned and critical thought is suppressed by an oppressive media-driven culture. This prophetic novel serves as a warning about dangers we must prevent by safeguarding knowledge, promoting literacy and intellectual freedom. Bradbury's vivid descriptions of firemen who burn books and the pervasive screens that captivate citizens' minds are haunting and thought-provoking. Though dark, Fahrenheit 451 also offers hope that a small, enlightened minority can preserve humanity's best accomplishments for the future. This timeless classic highlights the precious and fragile nature of free thought. Catch-22 by Joseph Heller uses absurdity and dark humor to portray the madness of war. Through its convoluted logic and ridiculous scenarios, the novel exposes the senseless bureaucracy and illogical rules that dominate military life. Heller's clever wordplay and unforgettable characters depict the chaos and frustration of combat situations. While using humor, Catch-22 also conveys the trauma and tragedy of war. Yet the author also allows for moments of poignancy and empathy amid the lunacy. Lord of the Flies by William Golding depicts how civilization and social order can rapidly crumble and descend into primal chaos when external rules and structure disappear. By following a group of schoolboys stranded on an uninhabited island, Golding examines the line between civilized behavior and unconstrained savagery. As the boys form groups and are forced to provide their own food, shelter, and governance, things deteriorate rapidly into violence and superstition. Golding chillingly illustrates how a lack of justice and morality combined with survival pressures can enable humanity's darker tendencies to emerge. This classic novel prompts deep reflection about social contracts and human nature. Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes tests the boundaries between reality and fantasy through the humorous adventures of an errant, self-deluded knight and his companion. Don Quixote's stubborn determination to view the world as an epic medieval romance, despite frequent encounters showing otherwise, reflects the complexity of human perception and imagination. Cervantes' work pioneered the novel format using absurdist comedy and layered storytelling. Don Quixote remains a classic testament to life's essential inconsistencies. Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment explores guilt, moral ambiguity, and redemption through the story of a poor ex-student who murders a greedy pawnbroker, then agonizes over his actions and search for absolvement. George Orwell's 1984 serves as a chilling portrait of an oppressive totalitarian state that controls citizens' lives and rewrites history to serve its authoritarian agenda. The novel is a sobering examination of power and a vivid depiction of a dystopian future that often uncannily echoes modern times. Keep reading to lead a more examined life. Let books transport you to breathtaking new horizons. The right stories have the power to change you forever.